Hey everyone, welcome to Steel Wars. I am Steel Saunders and I do love Star Wars. This is an emergency stream and podcast, but we are live streaming. Funnily enough, now on Instagram you can do it. I'm not even sure where it shows up on Instagram, but go check that out. But I'm at Sydney Airport and I've got Hawes from Blue Harvest. How you doing, Hawes?
I'm doing all right, buddy.
And Hawes hit me up. I just had a 14-hour plane ride. And well, you can see the airport behind me, Hawes. This is very scenic. Can you see all this? Oh, no.
Hello, everyone. Want to see
Oh.
Angie,
Uh-oh.
Brianna Coots,
Uh-oh.
and Alec the Crystal.
Yeah, there we go.
Brianna Coots and Alec
Look at that
the
dude
Crystal.
hauling ass on that
If
little
you're
buggy.
in or around the terminal, could you please make your way to gate number 1? Your flight is closed and ready for departure.
What's the worst interruption to a podcast for? Is an advertisement from I don't know, some sort of dating app or an announcement at the airport?
Probably the advertisement. If to be honest, the airport interruption just shows your dedication to the game. I think.
Really? All right.
Yeah.
Okay, so we are here because Hawes, I was like, immediately you get off a long flight. I want to find out. I want to text people. I want to interact. And then you sent me some texts of like, oh, what do you think of all the news? Oh, no, we should stream to discuss all the news.
Yeah, because we had been talking about trying to record yesterday, and I couldn't make it happen because of some stuff going on. But I texted you, and I was like, hey, man, I actually have today off as a surprise. So if you want, we could record your by podcast, or we could just do a quick calls about the news that happened. I didn't realize you were flying and out of the country.
Should we discuss the news? Do you want to read the news, Hawes?
Yeah, you want
in front of you?
Yeah, let me get it pulled up. I have it open in a tab.
Hey to everyone in the live chat.
All right, you ready?
Yeah.
The Mandalorian and Grogu are embarking on a new adventure to movie theaters. Directed by Jon Favreau and produced by Favreau, Kathleen Kennedy.
To instant money.
Kathleen Kennedy and Dave Filoni, The Mandalorian and Grogu will go into production in 2024. I've loved telling stories set in the rich world that George Lucas created, said Favreau. The prospect of bringing The Mandalorian and his apprentice Grogu to the big screen is extremely exciting. Jon Favreau...
I always think, sorry. I always think that in these Lucasfilm things, it's like announce the news, and then it's like 3 sentences of Jon Favreau, blah, 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 blah.
Yeah, well, I mean...
George Lucas, galaxy of characters.
Playing with our toys. Jon Favreau and Dave Filoni have ushered into Star Wars 2 new and beloved characters, and this new story is a perfect fit for the big screen, added Kathleen Kennedy, president of Lucasfilm. Now, here's a nice little extra piece of info they threw in. The Mandalorian and Grogu will lead Lucasfilm's ongoing feature development slate, including films helmed by Sharmeen Obaid-Chinoy, James Mangold, and Dave Filoni, who is also currently developing Ahsoka Season 2. Among those in the works. This is the way.
Is it the way?
Okay, so I'll be honest.
Where do we even start? There's so many.
When the rumors, because the rumors that the next season of Mandalorian was going to be a TV or a movie have been around for like maybe a month or two now, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I wasn't a huge fan of that idea when the rumors started. Now I'm there day one to see the movie. I don't love the title. I hope they're not married to that. The Mandalorian and Grogu.
It reeks of creative genius.
Oh, fair enough.
Hey, what should we call the Mandalorian and Grogu film? Brilliant.
The Mandalorian. Good. You nailed it. First try.
I always don't like. I know the shows have got all those names. I always find for a film, I don't know. It just doesn't spark the imagination. Like even Solo, like it's just like, give me some juice in the title.
I honestly feel like they could have,
and I also, sorry, Hawes, it's just so cynically corporate.
Yeah, right. I get that. I would say I think they would have been better off just calling it The Mandalorian and then having like a nice subtitle to it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you have the little Mandalorian in the little swishy border,
Mm-hmm.
and then you have whatever the show's about. I am. Hey, it's always good to hear there's a Star Wars movie coming out. But is this the next Star Wars movie now?
I believe that
Well, they're saying
based
they're
on
going to start make it this year.
right, and it says it will lead the feature productions, meaning to me it sounds
Yeah.
like that's the next one in line.
Yeah, to me, this apart from like the actual movie and making it, but this announcement and the switch, it's just like it just seems like it's just in disarray.
Yeah, to me it seems like maybe the other movies they were working on because the Filoni movie's got to be a little ways down the road, especially with the Ahsoka season 2 coming, right? It seems like maybe this was like sort of a maybe not last minute is the best way to describe it, but last minute change of plan to get a movie out, right? Because clearly they've been struggling with that part of it.
Yeah, it just seems like this is the easiest thing to get the movie out. Like, and I don't know, like if they'd done this and not had season 3 of The Mandalorian, I'd be like, oh, what's that about? Do you know what I mean? Like if Grogu and Luke, I mean Grogu was still with Luke in some form or something like that. But after that, just
Good morning, everyone. Qantas Flight 922 to Cairns is now ready to board. We would like to invite our business class.
can you hear me over this, or should I just? I don't know if it's just too.
I can hear you over it.
Oh, okay, cool. It's like a heckler. I feel like I'm in a podcast getting heckled by some lady and it's got a proper job. Yeah, good on you. You got a uniform, you got a little laminate and a microphone. Now you're talking. If you're tuning in late, I'm at the airport, everyone. In Sydney. What were we discussing? Get me back on track, Hawes.
This movie, Mandalorian and Grogu.
Yeah, but I was in some sort of point sort of thing.
Talking about how it seemed like the easiest thing.
Yeah, and like the third season just is like so like at the end they're on vacation at their new house. Like it didn't really go, oh, what's next for these guys? It was sort of, for me, it was like, yeah, I'm fine with these guys for a little bit because
in a lot of ways it did kind of feel like an end chapter for their story, and like obviously they were going to show back up because at this point we already, or did we? Yeah, I can't remember. Had they announced the Filoni movie that was going to tie it all up by the time we saw season 3 of Mando? I don't think they did.
There was always a movie though, because it was always like, I'm not sure when they announced the Filoni one, but wasn't it always going to be some
big crossover event?
Yeah.
They announced that at the end of 2020.
So, yeah, even like, what does that? Yeah, I think Favreau is like kind of done. But I just think he's out of Star Wars ideas.
So I don't know that this really has anything to do with him as much as they might have went to him and said, "Hey, do you think you could turn season 4 into a movie? Because we have to put a movie out. We have to have a movie out."
Yeah,
because it
I
doesn't
don't think
seem
he doesn't want to do it. But either way, like it's just like it seems like pretty dry now. Like, do you know what I mean? Like,
yeah, I don't know, buddy.
Oh no, I do. But that last season was like, what? I don't know. Like seeing do I have to watch all these bad Star Wars references on an IMAX screen now?
I guess that remains to be seen. If Ponda Baba and Dr. Evazan show up in this one, I'm out. I'll stand up and walk out of the theater.
Oh, I'll never do that. But they bump into R5D4 and
Oh,
they yell at
he's
each
gonna,
other.
he's gonna be along for the ride. It does. Your angle, Rick said, is still in the volume. Your angle does kind of make it look like you're in the volume. You're on the set of Mandalorian and Grogu, talking shit about it.
Yeah, well, give me time. Give me time. Yeah, I know Billy at the start of this before we logged on. He said in the chat, I've honestly never been less exciting for a movie announcement. Maybe Rogue One, because I knew it would. Oh, I think maybe he means Rogue Squadron, because I knew it would never happen. I'm more, yeah, I'm like that. I'm like, oh, no.
I mean,
Like, I just feel like this is getting into just a watered down. But to make it into a film,
like, it does seem weird. So early or sort of mid last year, right, is when Celebration happened and they announced the 3 movies, right? But then to be like, well, hold up, guys. You know that movie that Dave is going to do that's going to tie it all together? There's another movie before that. Hold on.
Yeah. No one can claim with a straight face, although I'm sure there are. I know I saw on Twitter people, you know, the unofficial press secretaries for Lucasfilm going into overdrive about how it's this masterful plan. And it just ain't. It's just always shifting. Now's the new thing. Not that I really care, but where's Droid's story?
That's a good question.
But
Whatever happened to
the way the company's run, it's sort of like, yeah, I reckon they might forget about that. So we just won't mention it again. Like, Ahsoka 2 is in development. Like, that's not even that committal. But I definitely think that was just sort of, here's what Dave Filoni's doing, guys. Here's a little thing.
well, I mean, I think Ahsoka season 2 is in development, probably because they haven't been able to really work on it because the first season came out during the strikes and stuff.
Do you think we'll get some, like, obviously it's a feature film, so we'll get some more major special effects?
Yeah. Oh, now something I'll say is the concept of seeing Amanda like Din Djarin Mandalorian story with a live action movie budget is exciting to me. I think that's an exciting prospect.
Do you think they'll be able to achieve the effect of the main character taking his helmet off?
Well, I guess it kind of depends on what old Pedro Pascal is up to. I think you have to in the movie, but I wouldn't count on it.
DeChamp says it just makes it feel desperate with announcing those interesting movies to have the next movie be a continuation of a TV show. Just seems off. Well, I don't know. When it was like an average season, and then you're like, hey, we're going to make a 4th season, which I was not that high on, or do you know what I mean? Given the third averageness, it's like, oh, now we're going to make that into a film. Like, it's not like, it's so for the commerce. Do you know what I mean? You could say, oh, this story was too big. It's like, blah, blah, blah.
Oh yeah, and that'll be the talking points, but I agree. I think it's 100% because they needed to get a movie out. And I think they probably went to Jon Favreau and said, do you think you can turn this into a movie instead of a season of TV? 100% that thinks that's the case. Now, I don't think that necessarily means it's going to be bad quality or it's going to be bad, but I do think that's the case. Whoa, jeez. All right, Rick. All right, I'm done. All right, I don't know what to say anymore. I'm out.
What?
Rick said Deadline says season 4 is still in development along with the movie. How does that make sense?
Yeah, I don't think anyone else is reporting that though, so they might be confused. I haven't read the article, but I don't think anyone else has said that. So, hey Rick, do they mention Ahsoka when they mention season 4? Like, is it a cross wire thing there? Oh man, here's Dylan. Yes, this is what we need. How much does it cost for 1 hour of Gilroy's time for Punch Up?
I don't know that he would be a good fit for this show. It's a different vibe.
Yeah, but he could make it good. Come on, Hawes. He's the man.
I'm not saying he's not. I'm not saying he's not. I'm saying the two things are completely different vibes, right?
Yeah, but when Ahsoka, they borrowed from a bit of Andor with your Mon Mothma, and I thought the show was better for it when they did.
No doubt.
Listen, Gilroy's the man. It all should be going through his.
I don't think that's a great idea.
Gilroy?
Not everything going through him. If he wants to do more stuff after Andor, please God, let him. Let him do whatever he wants. But I don't think he needs to be the mind that every Star Wars thing goes through.
He needs to be the de-fanning. Why are you filming?
Fanning?
Yeah, like get rid of because his stuff doesn't have all the stupid references and the puns and the R5D4.
I gotcha.
He doesn't write like AI. It's not so much I want Gilroy to do everything. I just want Favreau to do nothing.
Well, I mean, at this point, I kind of just got to see what he has to do with this next movie. I mean, I'm excited to go see a Star Wars movie. I've said from the beginning that I didn't like the idea of a Mando movie instead of a 4th season. Now, whether it's a movie and a 4th season, who knows?
Well, how could there be a 4th season if you're about to start filming? You're filming the movie at the end of the year, presumably.
Or it could be sooner than that, even.
Like, I think if they're going to try to do a season 4 and a movie, it's even a bigger disaster. Are they going to try to film it at the same time to save money?
Oof, I hope not. Now, I'll tell you this. Now, it's a fandom that I know you're not exactly connected with, but they do that kind of thing in anime all the time, where there'll be a season and then there'll be a movie that takes place in between that season and the next season. So it's not something that I haven't seen done well before in the past, but just not in Star Wars. I've seen it in anime. Ooh, now that's not a half bad idea, Sal Perales.
He says, I like the idea that the movie picks up the Grogu Din story while Mando season 4 picks up on Bo-Katan and the Mandos uniting their people against whatever. Yeah, that's not too bad. I'm sort of like, just get it all done so we can move on.
Well, the one thing I can say is with this announcement, it's clear that Filoni movie that wraps it all up is not coming anytime soon. Because I doubt they'll be filming Ahsoka season 2 by the end of this year. They'll probably be doing that next year, which means it would be a year out from that even.
It's, I don't know. We're back in the rush things out phase, and it's, I don't know. It's just, like, I hope it all turns out to be good, but I'm so deflated on the whole thing. I really think it's a pretty dropped ball at this point. Like, that whole storyline of in the Mandalorian. So I don't know. I just think like after that season, and it's like it didn't set me up for like Phil. End of season 2, I would have been. Oh yeah, this is let's see what happens.
The end of season 3 of Mandalorian kind of felt like, hey, this is it for these characters probably until we see the movie. Like it was so confusing. It felt like the end of their story for now, right? And then, like, I don't know, I got to hear more about what this movie is going to be about, even, you know, like, what's the
It's about
basis?
Mandalorian and Grogu.
Well, yeah, I get that, buddy,
They're
but I
gonna.
mean,
It's gonna
like,
do cute stuff. It's gonna do cute stuff. Um, and we're done. But we've got a question. Dylan would like to know what show movie you are most excited about, Steel and Hawes. Now, that is a loaded question because I don't look forward to any of the movies. Because, like, who knows? I don't, I can't put forward any investment into it emotionally because,
who knows if we're actually going to see it?
yeah.
I
So,
mean, and that's on them, right? That's 100% on
yes,
their
it's
backs.
their company has like lost all trust with all this sort of announcements and then just sidestepping stuff. Like, where's your drawing? It's so weird that you can announce something and then just like, yeah, we're just not going to bring that up again. Choice. They did it with Ryan Johnson for about. They didn't. They did not mention Ryan Johnson for about 5 years. It feels like.
Ah, I don't, buddy, because that would have meant they didn't mention him until 2022. I feel like now the mentions weren't anything to get excited about, but I feel like every time something new Star Wars came out post The Last Jedi, somebody'd be like, oh, what's the deal with Ryan Johnson's trilogy? And Kathleen Kennedy would say, he's working on it. We're just waiting for him to
Oh
have
no,
time.
I mean like on StarWars.com. I don't think Ryan Johnson's name was written for about 5 years.
I don't know.
Just because it wasn't in the like, it's just like out of. We want this out of the zeitgeist now. Like we said this at one time. We don't want to backtrack. We just want people to not remember. But to answer your question, Dylan, I would say in the near future, Acolyte, because that offers the most sort of
Potential
like
for something new.
new action. Like Andor season 2 is obviously, but apart from that, like I want to see Ray again, but I'm sort of just like, to me, it's just a waste of time to look forward to. I was looking forward to the Rogue Squadron film. And then she roller skated backwards.
I think we're going to see that Ray movie. I think that Ray movie is going into production this year, too.
Araj is holding out for the Ajax Citizen Star Wars story. Catherine Neen drops at $2.99 for an airport coffee or water. I'm not sure what third world country she thinks I'm in. Because $3, I appreciate $3, but I just did get stung. Do you know what someone tried to charge me? Like, so Red Rooster's like this chicken place here, right? It's delicious. I don't really like it. Like, if you don't eat it for a long time, then it becomes delicious, right? They've got chicken salt on the chips. So I hit them up. It's open. It's way too early at Red Rooster, but it's nighttime in America, or almost. So I got some chips, some fries, and then I was like, I'll get some gravy, right? A little tub of gravy. Chuck in some gravy. $4.50 for the gravy.
That's better be some good gravy.
No, it's just brown and water. But I said to the dude, I said, oh, don't worry about the gravy. I said, that said, though, that is some high margin brown powder and water you got there, buddy. Because there's no way you can, like, I could make that at home, same gravy, for about 25 cents, I reckon.
Okay. Well, if you ever come visit the new house, I'm going to have you whip up some gravy while you're here. How's that sound?
Dude, I will cook you something that, if you want to get assaulted by my gravy, mate.
I'm ready. Then we'll talk about how excited we are for that Mando and Grogu movie.
What does Travis say? Oh, wait, here we go. Travis got an idea here. Mando ends up on a planet ruled by droids, his helmet being destroyed, lost. Mando is taken and forced to fight in an arena where a Jedi is being kept, learning the history of the Jedi-Mando War. All right. Sounds like a weird comment. Thank you, Catherine. It just all seems like it's in a shambles, and you've got a far more positive outlook.
Hey man, listen, that's taken a lot of training and personal approach to positivity over the last couple of years, man. I have to hold on to something, and Star Wars is it. Still, it has to be okay. It has to be good.
I actually, speaking of the $2.99, I did buy Catherine a $3.99 Jaa Monster.
Those things are good.
It's just being introduced on the Australian market, and they've got an introductory price of $3.99 at Sydney Airport. So there you go. There's the product placement. Yeah, I can't
get this man a sponsorship, Monster.
Please. Yeah, I'm just whatevs, but it's like.
So okay, let me ask you this, buddy.
It's just the whole thing is just, it's very loose.
Well, let me ask you this, okay? What could they say or show or announce about that movie that would turn you around, even the slightest? I'm not saying you got to be 100%, let's go, I'm down for this, but like change your feelings about this.
Decent name.
The name, look, from the get-go, I said that name is no good.
A hint at what the show's about, or the movie's about, like a sentence to spark the imagination.
I'll tell you, all that has to say, all that log line or whatever they have to say is Pedro Pascal returns as the Mandalorian with his sidekick Grogu and their buddy Boba Fett to get up to shenanigans. I'm in, baby. I'm in. Let's go. That ain't happening.
It could. Tamira Morrison being announced as a cast member would make me. That would increase my.
Bro, I'm in immediately, and then I'm fighting for this movie tooth and nail.
He's playing Rex, though.
I'm out. I know Corey would be real stoked, and I'd be real happy for that dude, but I'm out.
Billy Davis, thanks so much, buddy. Covering the gravy. Although I said no to the gravy, which I felt so like, but $4.50. Like, I know in the scheme of things, $4.50 just evaporates. But at the time, I had to take a stand.
No, you take a stand where you got to take a stand. That's some expensive gravy.
So Billy Davis, thanks so much. Super chat $10. Thanks for doing this steal. I hope we actually see Pedro's face in the movie. Hey, if you had the movie and his face wasn't on, like, that would be kind of expected at this point. Outrageous. A major failure.
I think they have to. Even for just a scene or something, I think they have to. He's not going to be on set. You know what I mean? He's not going to be there for the majority of it. The dude is supposedly going to be in Fantastic Four. He's got some stuff to do on Last of Us Season 2. He's got a lot going on. But I think they need him there for at least one helmetless scene.
Dylan wants to know, do we see a lightsaber in the Mando movie? I would say definitely.
Yep. I bet you Luke is going to be in the Mando movie. I'm calling it now.
This, like, I feel like if you want a list of things, it's all going to be in there.
Right.
I feel like this is a kitchen sinking, which has got a cool double meaning, actually. Their kitchen sink, but I feel like their kitchen sinking as well.
Oh. Got him. Dang. Watch out.
Rick says, I can't wait to see Tatooine on the big screen again. Yes.
You will. Peli Motto's going to be there. Boba Fett. Come on, Boba Fett. Come on, Boba Fett.
Come on, Ajax.
Oh, heck yeah. Now, you're telling me, Seal, now, obviously, you couldn't let all of us know, but you get that.
I have been contracted already.
Okay,
It's
that
all
you get
right.
the email saying I'm going to be in the back. Would you like to be in the background of Mandalorian and Grogu, the movie? Okay, what's one thing? Let's hypothetically say you're there, you're an extra on set. What's one thing you could see in your time on set that you would be like, okay, I've got a good feeling about this?
Sebastian Stan.
As Luke, all right.
I love like when Mark Hamill came back and there was his like a computer Mark Hamill. But I do remember I was talking about someone the other day. The like
Good morning, everyone. Honest client.
when he when before they showed his face, I was like, is it Sebastian Stan? Is
Yeah,
it? Is it? Is
yep,
it?
yep.
And and I always think of like the alternate future where if it was Sebastian Stan, the possibility or an actor, the possibilities of having all these stories with Luke, where Luke's actually acting in them
Mm-hmm.
and being a character and not just
Mm-hmm.
a video game cutscene. But so that would be pretty dope. How about you, Hawes?
Boba Fett. Boba Fett. And you know what I think? I think the first 30 minutes of the movie needs to be all Boba Fett with no Din Djarin. A little payback, baby. That's what we need. That's what we need.
But yeah, I'll go there to see Sebastian Stan. Whatever. But I think I'd be more likely to see R5D4, which will just do nothing for me.
Oh, really? You wouldn't be real excited to see R5D4 just like you were so excited for season 3 and all the shenanigans he got up to in that season?
I just set R5D4 up on my Hall of Shame shelf in my collection this week, so. Which is a double thing because he's one of the worst action figures ever made.
Oh, because he's got that stupid opening
missile.
head that's got the missile in it.
Premium customers, you're welcome to continue using the premium lanes to your right.
And then he came back in The Mandalorian to stick it up. But you know,
Hello everyone, honestly, he's looking for Mr. Burke.
What are you doing down there, Hawes?
Huh?
It looks like you're doing a crossword.
Oh, I'm texting my doctor. Sorry about that.
As offload procedures are commencing, that is for passenger Burke and Mattel.
And my doctor wanted me to tell you that he's real upset that you're not excited for this movie.
Oh, give him this prescription.
I'm just joking.
Shutting the F up. Hey, I'll tell you what was great. Back in Australia, I've been known to drop the occasional swear word, Horse. You've heard me. But man, I got served when I got here. I was at the airport, like where you get the little SIM card for your phone.
Mm-hmm.
The dude next to me getting his SIM card, he must have dropped at least 15 F-bombs. Just in trying to decide which one to get. It was amazing.
That sounds like me on any given day.
Travis Mitchell. He's very hard-lined here. I personally feel Fen Shand dying. No. Would be the best way to get Boba back to basics and get everyone back together. She's been around about 5 years in multiple eras and we know nothing about her. Yes, I didn't kill her.
Right? That's a perfect opportunity to learn more about her.
Customers, you're welcome to continue boarding using the premium lane that's on your right.
Oh, this is actually my plane that they're getting called for. There's my plane. Do you want to see my plane, Horse?
Yeah.
There it is, I think.
Man, look at it. Let's hope all those doors say nice and secure, huh?
Oh man, you have to walk out on the tarmac. That's pretty it's pretty rural.
I ain't walking on any tarmac.
I don't understand why they're doing that.
Uh-oh. There's no way it's just me, right? Right? Oh, I sure hope it's not an oceanic flight. Sal, oh, please tell me it's not just me. Is this Gear 6? Oh, no. Oh no. Okay, let's start doing this. Ta-da! What's my favorite color? Green. That's my favorite color. Well, that was actually kind of a cool effect of me pulling up that green screen. I don't know what I'm supposed to do in this situation. Am I just supposed to wait and hope Steel comes back? Phew. That was kind of a neat effect of me pulling up the green screen and it changing like that. Okay, so hear me out. Now I'm just going to shoot this off the top of my head, Sal, all right? We open up on Tatooine, right? Everybody's good. Somehow Garsa Fwip, the lady from the bar, she's fine. Everybody's hanging out. And then Boba gets a phone call. It's from Din Djarin, and he's like, hey, I need help. Oh, it does look like RoboCop's old house. I wonder if that's what that's supposed to be. Sheesh. I'm going to text Steel. That seems like a good option. Hey, buddy, you dropped out of the stream, and now it's just me. What should I do? Huh? Let's see what Steel says. Oh yeah, Cobb Vanth in the Mandalorian and Grogu movie starring Boba Fett. Cobb Vanth's in that tank the whole time, just the whole time. Well, well, well. Well, Ted, maybe get him caught up. I still don't think the title's great. Mandalorian and Grogu doesn't. So how's things? Hey, look at that. Now I'm just in front of a brick wall. I'm all bricked up. Oh boy. Buddy.
Hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you, man. Boy, was there panic going on.
My battery ran out, but my plane should we just hold out for him to say my name over the loudspeaker?
What are you buddy, can I ask you what are you doing and what position are you in right now? Are you
I'm
bent
on all
over?
fours.
Oh, okay. All right. Man, this man is dedicated.
It's a real insight.
Mm-hmm.
Well, what happened was my phone that I was streaming off and talking on, because I had the headphones on, it wasn't charging, and I didn't know that it ran out of power. So then
I see.
This is where Lucasfilm have got me now. Just come on, man.
Bro, I just like to imagine
Make
somebody
something with heart
over to the right of you, right? Like where out those windows, somebody's just standing there loading baggage on the plane, and he's like, "What is that guy doing over there?"
begging
Lucasfilm.
well thought out Star Wars content. It's killing me. All right, Hawes. Well, thanks everyone for hanging out. And I'm gonna go get on my plane and go to Melbourne, and then we'll reconvene, Hawes. This is a hot topic.
Yeah.
Billy would like to know. I'm heading to Melbourne because because Josh Chapman got me a retro Kenobi figure for $9, so I have to fly over and get it because it was such a good deal. So,
yeah, man, that's worth the deal right there.
But yeah, it's good. It's going to be, I'm going to have, it'd be fun going to see it and stuff.
What if you love it? You don't know. You could love it. Hey, I'm doing. Sal said I'm doing my type 5 at open mic night with my background.
Oh yeah, it is a bit like that. What's the deal with Favreau, huh?
What's the deal with Jon Favreau?
Yeah, and then it's like, and it will be a reference to Empire Strikes Back. That's gold, Jerry, gold. It's not. Yeah, I could love it, Hawes, and that would be great. But I'm like, it's made by two guys that one hates hugging, and the other one loves references. So it is a concern.
Okay, so
But
let's say the movie starts off with just a long, passionate hug between Boba Fett and Mandalorian. Are we in then?
That'd be pretty good.
Long hug. Yeah, I'm down with that.
That would be
Favreau. If you need some help writing, let me know.
JP Barrow 4 chucks in $10 for the Boba Fett. And in his user pick, he's patting a giant green penguin, which is pretty exciting.
Yeah, man.
Good morning, everyone. This is now the final boarding call for customers travelling to Melbourne on Qantas Flight 433. If this is your flight, please board now at Gate Lounge 7.
I'm holding out, lady.
You better say
my name. All right. Clearly, this episode has gone on
long enough.
Oh, and he still got it ready.
Did it play?
Yeah.
Oh, it played on a delay to me. This is out of control. Hawes, I'm sure you'll be talking about this on Blue Harvest with Will on podcast form. Go check that out on Friday. And may that force be with you.